All right, guys, it is the Studying Brew episode 919. Yep, episode 919. I am solo tonight. Andy drove 12 hours. 12 hours. That shouldn't have taken a 12-hour drive, but guys, you know, things happen. Boys get added at the last minute. Yeah. People who didn't think they were going to be driving their Teslas had to stop and charge along the way a couple times, more times than they thought. Yeah, fun times, right? But that's what happens when you're a parent, right? We get to just roll with everything. But yes, Andy is in the great state of Utah in St. George right now with the boy and 13 other high school boys. They are at Utah Tech. They are going to be doing some prospecting for football. They're going to do some scrimmages, and they may stop at UNLV on the way home. But yes, guys, but you're here with me tonight. That's right, because it's a Studying Brew, and we're going to get our free study on. Guys, I don't know what's going on. So if you guys were on last night on the Studying Brew at episode 918, just real quick, man, I think I am the only one who believes the T+4 regulation T has not changed. I think it's just me. I went on everything. So right before we came on, and I apologize for being a little bit late, but guys, I was on FINRA's website. I was on the SEC's website. I was on, the FRB's website, and nothing says that regulation T has changed to T+3. If you guys are studying, you might know what I'm talking about. But nothing has changed. The only thing that changed is the settlement for stocks and bonds, regular way. That's it. That's the only thing that's changed. So I don't know why I'm the only one who I'm the only one who believes that hasn't changed. I literally, guys, have gone to the source. I went to the source. I said, has regulation T settlement changed? T+4. I went on Charles Schwab's website. Yes, I'm name dropping now. I went on, what was it? There was another broker dealer's website, and they still say regular way changed as of May 28, 2024 to T+1, and regulation T requirements are T+4. Like, how am I the only person who believes that that's what's true? And the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is because as a person who is not from a big company when it comes to studying, it's literally just me and Andy here at Kona. I could literally adjust on the fly. And nothing has changed about regulation T. So anyways, guys, just thought I would bring that to your attention. But let's get started, right? Let's get started. Drink some more water. Because I'm all fired up. I'm all fired up. But let's get started, guys. We are going to do episode. Share my screen. 919 right now. All right, guys. 919 in the hizzos. Yes, right, guys. So it is the Studying Brew. It is episode 919, guys. We are on Thursday. We are going to do the Series 6, guys. That is Kona up in the corner. That is our mascot. That is my boy. But guys, what we offer for you guys, for our members, is we always have our self-study course that starts any day. Starts today, starts tomorrow, starts tonight, starts when you guys are ready. And that is the great thing about the self-study course. It is a 21-day plan for most of the exams. Some of them are 30 days. You go at your own pace. You study when you can. You study when you need to, right? We have the small group tutoring. We have our content. We have our test-taking techniques. But we also have the Kona Academy for the SIE. This is going on now. We're doing day 4 tomorrow. You will get a kind of recap for the week on Saturday, what we covered. Guys, we have the content. We try to integrate how you guys will see these keywords, these concepts inside of your questions. We really try to break it down in simple terms. We really tried to make it like a word association thing. It's super fun. I like it, right? It's super fun. We have that. We also have our study guides for the SIE, the 6, the 63. We have course notes for the 26. They are ebooks, which is great because as soon as you buy it, you have it. And if you guys are studying for the SIE, guess what we have? Videos in the study guide. You just got done reading a section. Now you can click on a link if you keep it digital. And guess what? You have access to our videos. The only thing, guys, is that if you print it, you can't click on the link if you print it, but you can write on it. The other thing, guys, that we have is the Kona community. Guys, it is our free message board that you can go on there, connect to other people. Look, we know from doing this for so many years, from me doing this, from me being in the trenches with you guys, from me studying myself. Oh, by the way, my name is Brandi, and I do have all of these licenses, right? I have the 6, the 63, the 26, 65, and the 7, right? I didn't have a me when I was studying. So guys, what I do is I bring to you what I didn't have, what I felt I needed, but I didn't have, I bring to you guys, right? So that's exactly what we do. Now, here's the thing about the Kona community. Sometimes we feel like that nobody else gets it. Right? Sometimes we feel like we're on our own and nobody else understands the leveling up. Nobody else understands these types of things. But guess what? You have a whole community backing you up. You have a whole community that's out there. You want to study with somebody? I'm sure somebody wants to study with you, right? You guys are feeling a little down in the dumps. You feel a little stuck. Guess what? We have a whole community there to lift you up, to keep you in a positive mental attitude. That's exactly what we do. I put the links in the chats, guys. There is our QR code. You guys can go ahead and just scan that to get all of our links, to get onto our message board, to get our study guides, to get access to our program, everything. And then our phone number is 951-290-3077. Guys, we don't have a call center. That is Andy. That is Andy. You guys can call or text. If he doesn't answer, it is because he is probably in the middle of something right now. But you guys can always text. If you leave a voicemail, I will tell you this, guys. If you call and you don't leave a voicemail, he doesn't know what to do. Who do I call? What was this regarding? So guys, just either leave a voicemail or just text and he will respond to you as soon as possible. All right, guys. Now tomorrow, what we got going for our members in our member session is that we've got our day 4 of the SIE Academy. We're finishing up our capital market section. And then at 11, guys, pay attention. It's a new time. It's a new time. We bumped it up 30 minutes. Okay. So you guys, this is the same member session that we do. It's live test prep. It's live test taking techniques, right? I open up a live quiz and we literally take a quiz together. It's super exciting. Remember, it is 30 minutes earlier than you're used to. This is the first time we've done it this early. So just remember, guys, going forward, it's 30 minutes earlier. You were used to 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Now it's at 11 a.m. Pacific. If you guys get there and you're like, this person's on another Zoom, that's cool. Just wait, guys. I will finish up with the Academy. Boom, I will hop onto this link, right? So just kind of hang tight, hang tight. I will be right there. And we are going ahead, get started at 11 a.m. All right, guys. So today, what we do is we call it the Serious 6. We take the Kona catchphrase that we worked on Monday. We take the test taking techniques that we worked on Tuesday. We take the content that we learned on Wednesday and that's just from the Studying Brew, right? We take the concepts that we learned, the looking at the words differently, the test taking techniques as far as like, ooh, that one says must and that one says only, or these ones have numbers in it. And then we take just a little bit of surface level content and we apply all 3 of these things in a quiz. And this is content that's covered throughout 6 exams, the SIE, the 6, the 63, the 7, the 65, and the 26. All of this content is relevant for your studying purposes. All right. So you guys ready? Let's do it. Sorry, I don't have Andy's questions that he likes to ask on your behalf. So guys, just put questions in the chat. I'll get it, right? I want you guys to be engaged, be excited. What do you think about these answers that we're going to pop up first, right? But this is what this is, guys, because we know it's not just about content. We say it all the time, right? We say it all the time. You guys might have read that LEM. Don't read the LEM. You might have read that LEM 3 times, right? You might be able to explain this to somebody else. Did you know that common stock is for growth and appreciation and inflation protection, and all issuers must issue common stock first, right? You might know all this stuff. But guys, if you don't know how to find those connections in a multiple choice setting, you might not be getting the score result that you want. So what we're doing is we're showing you guys how to take that content and how to apply it in a multiple choice question. And you know what? Yes, we are using securities, obviously, because that's what we teach. But you know what? Whatever professional certification, license, post-baccalaureate, whatever, guys, you could take these concepts and you can apply it to whatever you're studying. I teach these to my teenagers. My teenagers do this stuff. And you know what, guys? They get really good quiz scores. They get really good test scores with little effort. Why? Because they have heard me for the last few years talk about test taking techniques, right? So let's go. Let's go, right? Okay. So answers first. Why? Why do we do answers first? Well, guys, especially on the SIE and the 65, there's a lot of content on those 2 exams, right? There's a lot of different content. The other thing about why we do answers first, especially as you're moving on through your exam, is that you have a lot of stuff going on in your file bank up here. So much stuff going on in your file bank that when you start with answers first, you at least can pull the file that you're going to be looking at before you even get to those questions, right? So that assignment of the contract cannot occur without the client consent. So assignment of the contract, client consent. I feel like if you're doing anything without a client consent, that's probably bad, right? So that's good. The amount of prepaid fees to be returned if the contract is terminated. Okay. Any record of securities industry violations by the investment advisor, or whether or not the contract grants discretionary authority. Now, we're big on words, right? Well, check this out. This answer choice says contract. This answer choice, B, says contract. D says contract. But C, there's no contract. There's no contract, right? Now, I could tell you right now, I don't know if that means anything. Because guys, look at. You might be bored with studying. You might be overstudying. The traditional ways might not be working for you. But you want to know something? I used to play this game because, oh my gosh, dude, the traditional way didn't work for me. And I was bored and I got sick of seeing the same fonts and the same screens. And it was just boring. So I started playing a game. I wonder if I could get to the right answer without knowing the question. And this is when I started seeing stuff like, oh, A, B, and D all say the word contract, but C doesn't. I wonder if C's the answer. Now, guys, if I was taking a quiz and I was by myself, I probably would just click C, move on. But no, I'm going to show you guys something. Check this out. According to NASA's model rule on unethical business practices of investment advisors, investment advisor representatives, and federal covered advisors. That's an investment advisory contract must describe all of the following except. So this says a contract except. A contract except. How about the one answer choice that doesn't say contract? Now let's double check our work real quick. Contract can't be assigned. Sounds good. Prepaid fees to be returned if terminated. Sounds good. Contract grants authority. Sounds good. But would I put the violations in the contract, or would I put that in some other disclosure? Wouldn't this go into a disclosure, not a contract? So although all answer choice seemed good, when we get to the meat and potatoes of the actual question, we know that the violations don't belong in a contract. Now, doesn't that all make sense? That's where the content happens. Doesn't that actually make sense when you think about that? Oh, yeah. That would be in a disclosure, not a contract. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Insuring municipal bond issues, selling municipal revenue bond, issuing general obligation bonds, or raising tax rates. Somebody in the chat put this is the only one that has parentheses. Right? Why is that one in parentheses? That's weird, right? But I have insuring. I'm going to look at all of the ing words. Insuring, selling, issuing, raising taxes, right? ABC has bonds. C's also has an abbreviation. Interesting. So raising tax rates isn't really a security, right? And what about insuring? Is that something that we would do? Probably not, right? Like we don't insure that stuff. So I'm just going to kind of, just kind of leave it there. A little, right? Let's look at the question. The question says, a statutory debt limitation imposed on a municipality restricts its authority regarding. Now check this out, guys. Do you guys remember, if you're a Kona member, you might have heard me say this. Go vote to keep taxes low, right? And we translated that to go general obligation, right? That stands for general obligation, right? This stuff right here. Vote needs voter approval. Keep taxes, or taxes means that it's paid by taxes, right? That's how these go bonds get paid, by taxes. Low means limits. These debt limits, right? So if we're talking about the statutory debt limit and we said go vote, wouldn't the answer be that little connection right there? Go vote to keep taxes low, general obligation. It has nothing to do with insuring. It has nothing to do with selling. And it doesn't really have anything to do with raising the tax rates, because municipalities can't do that. You need a voter approval for that. So that's like a deep cut. So the only thing it can be would be go vote to keep taxes low. No, you can't do any more go bonds if you are at your limit. There you go. All because of that dorky little saying right there in tan. Go vote to keep taxes low. Or is that a khaki? Is that khaki color? Maybe. Just kidding. Let's debate. What color is that? All right. The president of this company used to run LJB Corporation. Okay. There is no doubt that the officers will repeat the success they enjoyed with LJB Corporation. Is that a prediction? There's no doubt that they'll repeat the success. What are we? Predicting the future, right? Time will tell whether the officers can repeat. Hold on. There's no doubt versus time will tell. And these are both talking about what? Repeating the success. Let's look at D real quick. The president of this company was responsible for the success. Okay. So if you guys notice that A and D are very basic. They're just factual statements. Okay. But B and C are both talking about repeating the success. So they are very similar, right? These two are the similar. So this would be like from Tuesday, looking at the patterns, whatever, right? And you guys in the chat have already said, how can you say B? How can we say B and it be a true statement? We don't know that, right? We can't say this. Just to repeat what I saw in the chat, we can't say this. So depending So A is probably true. D is probably true. C is probably true. Question mark. That would leave B being probably not true, right? Oh, that's a lot. There's an except in here. B said we can't say this. There's an except. Do you guys see what I'm saying? There's an except here. And we already said we can't say B. Do I have to read that whole question? Do I have, maybe I'll go like this. Permitted except the one we can't say. Permitted except the one we can't say. Boom, boom, boom. You guys see that? I didn't have to read that whole stupid paragraph. Sorry, I didn't mean to be negative. But you guys see where I'm going with that? Like, I don't need to read that because we already said B and C are similar. B we can't say. Boom. All right. Gold prices would increase. Interest rates would increase. Employment would rise. Fixed payments would become more valuable. Huh? Fixed payments would be more valuable. Again, this one is different. Right? A, B, and C are talking about increasing. This sounds like what we went over in the SIE today. Let's look at the question. If the US economy were to enter into an inflationary period, which would likely not occur? Which of the following would likely not occur? Let's think about this for a second. Let's think about this one for a quick second. If prices are going up, because that's what inflation is, right? We know this, guys. Even if you haven't been studying, but you haven't been living under a rock, you know that inflation is when prices are increasing. Now, if you're studying with Brandi, you know that good inflation is 2 to 4%, and that's a good thing. Out of control inflation is a bad thing. So if prices are going up, but I'm on fixed income, is that valuable? Does that if today milk is $4 a gallon? Sorry guys, I don't know how much milk is. I know I'm bad. I don't buy milk because I don't drink milk. Tomorrow it's $5, $6, right? If the prices keep going up, but I'm still getting 200, 200, 200, is that more valuable? No. And guys, sometimes you have to draw this out. Sometimes this makes more sense when you draw it out, when this is called mapping. I'm going to illustrate my point right here, right? I'm going to draw it out because I can't put my finger on it, but I'm going to draw it out. And now I can see why fixed income payments would not occur. Fixed payments would not become more valuable. I can see it now because, yeah, if prices are going up, but I'm still getting paid, that's less valuable, right? That would be less valuable. Boom. All right. 10 years, 6 years, 3 years, 4 years. Doesn't this sound like books and records that we talked about last night in episode 918 yesterday? Doesn't that sound like we talked about yesterday? 10 years. Well, we didn't talk about that last night, but we know 10 years is filed with FINRA. No, wait, that's not it. That's conviction. Sorry, my bad. 10 days is filed with FINRA. 10 years is convictions. I think, anyways. That's what I relate 10 years with, right? Ooh, 4 to 6 is 10. 6 is like blotters and stuff. Do you guys remember that? Like blotters, ledgers, account records. Do you guys remember what it was called? Oops, account records. If you guys were on yesterday. Original entry, exactly. Right? Original entry. That was a bonus. That was a bonus point right there. 3 years. Do you guys remember what we said was 3 years? For those of you who are on live. And if you're watching the replay, do you guys remember? All other. I like it. All other, right? Most things were 3 years. And then you guys remember 4 years. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember? It's kind of a little bit of a Kona catchphrase today, right? 4 years was one thing. There's one thing that falls under 4 years. Complaints. Good job, guys. Complaints, right? So guess what? Now all we need to do is go into the question and go match it up, right? Boop. Focus reports. Brandi, we didn't talk about focus reports last night. U4 and order tickets. If you guys look at our list, does focus reports, U4s, and order tickets sound like convictions? No. Does focus reports, U4s, and order tickets sound like blotters, ledgers, account records, or original entry? No. Does it sound like complaints? No. That's right, guys. 3 years. Boom, done. And you guys learned this last night on the free content Wednesday. And yes, you're right. Andy would say that's a good note card. I think I have one more question. And it's numbers, everybody's favorite numbers. Right? All right, check this out. 350, 35. 1750, 175. Let's go look at the question. Boom. An investor owns a 3.5% nominal yield. Stop. You guys know my rule, right? 3.5%, add a dollar sign, add a 0. Nominal yield means a year, right? So I could probably cross off that 350 and the 175. Unless the rest of the question says something about multiplying times 10, I think I'm good. Now, the rest of the question says making semi-annual interest payments. Okay, semi-annual, that's divide by 2. I see what you did in the chat. On each interest payable dates. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. It couldn't be the 35, right? Because we had to divide by 2. I don't know how to do the calculator. I don't know if any of you would say that, but sometimes we go like, I don't know, but semi-annual means divide by 2. It means 2 a year. So now we just had to answer, what's the question? Was the question telling us that was the question asking our annual amount? That would be D, or our semi-annual amount. That would be A. Does that make sense? Boom, done. That's all I had to do. That's it. That's it. Right? That's it. So guys, I just want you guys to know that was applying everything that we learned on a Monday, a Tuesday, and a Wednesday. We wrap it up nicely in a nice little package, right, for you guys on Thursday. Now look, we're heading into the weekend. Oh, weekends. You know, it's the first week of June. It's going to be hot here in Southern California. So most of you are probably going to want to go somewhere cool, right? Probably don't want to use your air conditioner. You guys are going to go somewhere cool. Get your studying done before you do that. Get the studying done before you do that. Guys, practice the Kona catchphrase. Practice the test taking techniques. Practice keeping everything on the surface level. Don't let anybody distract you from getting this done this weekend. Knock it out early. Knock it out late at night. Knock it out. Every day you should study 10 questions, full quizzes, whatever it is you need. You guys should study every single day. Now, no Studying Brew tomorrow night because it is Friday night, but I will see everybody back here on Monday, right? For another episode of the Kona Catchphrase, episode 920 on Monday. And members, I will see you guys tomorrow for the Kona Academy, for the all member session. I'll see you guys then. Have an amazing night and an amazing, safe weekend, guys. Bye.